All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Monday Night Football week number 2. Actually, the first of 2 Monday night games this week. We will have a video for the Steelers and Browns Monday Night Football matchup as well, so make sure to go check that out. But right now, we're looking at the Panthers hosting the Saints here. Panthers getting 3 points at home in terms of the spread, and then the total is at 40 at the time of recording. Panthers lose in week number 1, allowing 24 points to the Falcons. They lose 24-10, and then New Orleans comes through with a tight victory against Tennessee. We do have 2 plays on this game, one on the spread and then one player prop, and I'll jump into in today's video. But before we do, I'm gonna ask you guys to go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we'll start with the spread pick here. I do think this is a Saints game. I think that the Saints win this game outright. 3 points, obviously that's a huge number in football, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to lay the points, lay the 3. If we could search for -2.5, that would be great. We may have to pay a little bit of juice for it, but I'm not seeing that anywhere right now. But you can get good odds at -106 for -3 over on FanDuel. But the reason I like the Saints is, well, I don't like either of these teams all that much. But I dislike the Panthers and what they did in week 1 a little bit more than I disliked how the Saints played the Titans there. So from a defensive perspective, I think both these teams actually have some good qualities of their defense, but Carolina letting up 24 points to a Falcons team that really doesn't have a crazy amount of playmakers on it, right? Young quarterback, young running backs as well, and they kind of just did their thing against the Panthers. Both running backs, Algier, 15 attempts for 75 yards and 2 tutties, and then Bijan Robinson, the rookie, 10 attempts, 56 yards here. Both those running backs broke off a 20-plus yard run in the game as well. Desmond Ridder, didn't throw the ball all that much, still 15 of 18 against this defense here for a touchdown, 115 yards, really good completion rate there. I just don't think this Panthers defense is going to be able to contain some of the weapons that the Saints have. Notably, we're looking at obviously Jamal Williams, Olave, Michael Thomas, and Derek Carr, who, though he threw an interception, also threw for over 300 yards and a touchdown, 23 of 33 in terms of his completion percentage there as well. I think the Saints have the bigger names, which worries me a little bit, I can admit that, but I do think that they are the better team. Maybe in a couple years, this Panthers team is better, depending on how Bryce Young turns out and everything like that. But right now, I just don't see the weapons kind of competing with what the Saints have in terms of their weapons. Now, I don't necessarily want to sit here and be like, this Saints offense is really, really good. They're not. They scored 16 points against the Titans. But Derek Carr looked okay. Didn't look terrible. Their run game looked not that great, but not all that bad either. They really did put Jamal Williams to work, 18 attempts there, but only 45 yards, and the long was 11, so he didn't even really break one off. But nonetheless, guys, I think that they just have a little bit more of a chance to click here in week number 2 than the Panthers do. So that is spread pick there. We're going with the Saints -3. We might try and suss out to see if we can get a -2.5, because that is such a swing number in football, but that's what we're rolling with there. Before we do get into the player prop, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Outlier, because we did use Outlier to help find this player prop here, and I really do like it. But yeah, guys, if you don't know what Outlier is, we'll go ahead and jump in, and I'll actually just show you around as we look at the player prop, rather than just kind of like doing an ad read for you here. So let's jump into Outlier and give you the player prop at the same time here. We're looking at Jamal Williams over 14.5 rush attempts. You can see he's done this plenty in his last 10, 7 of his last 10. Last year, different team, but last year doing it in 65% of games, and then obviously 1 for 1 so far this season. Last year, obviously different team, but it kind of proves that he can be a workhorse, right? And I just talked about Algier and Bijan Robinson against the Panthers last week. They combined for 25 rush attempts, and if I think the Saints are going to get a lead in this game, they're going to lean on their workhorse, Jamal Williams here, who obviously, can handle that. 18 carries last week, and the great thing is there really wasn't anybody close to him. If you look at this right here, right, these are the player stats. Jamal Williams, 18 rush attempts. Shaheed, Jones Jr., Carr, and Hill all combining for even less than that. 12, 2, 1, 3, and 3. They don't really have that second option, obviously, as of right now, while Kamara is still out. So I will take over 14.5 for Jamal Williams. I do think that this is a weak Panthers defense. They have playmakers on defense, but I don't think they have a good run defense. I would say that. And then if the Saints can get out to a lead, I like this even more, because I do think that they go out there and just keep handing the ball off to him and kind of just right between the tackles, pound it down, and he sees an easy 15 carries. So that is all we have for today's video. Obviously, a quick one. If you do want to check out Outlier, guys, I have a link in the pinned comment. 7 days free. It's $19.99 a month after that. But if you can understand red means bad, green means good, then you can profit with Outlier and it'll pay for itself in no time. But go check it out for free. 7 days free. This was the first of 2 Monday Night Football videos. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll catch you guys in the next video, all right? Peace out.